Welcome to the greatest podcast. Go argue with your mama. Hello. It's 2Mooresinapod starring Marcus and Deanna. You might just hear some drama. We all a little off kilter. Right. But what you ain't gonna find around this bitch here is a filter. So put the kids to bed before you get comfy and cozy. This is rated MA, mature audiences only. We keep it real, especially in a room full of phonies. From the mill to a mill, get in tune with my homies. The more I got some peoples from the bill, y'all should listen to. The more they provide that real that'll get you through. I got some peoples from the bill, y'all should listen to. And I'm so raw, just let a dick get an interview. I got some peoples from the bill, y'all should listen to. They provide that real that'll get you through. I got some peoples from the bill, y'all should listen to. And I'm so raw, just let a dick get an interview.
Hey.
What's going on?
Man, we back another week.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm looking forward to the end of this week, man.
Today just Monday.
3-day weekend, girl.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying, you already tired?
Man, no, I ain't tired. Well, I'm tired. Yeah, tired of the bullshit. But, you know, gotta work that 9 to 5, man. Get that guapanese.
Yeah.
Know what I'm saying? So, I'm excited about having family over, too.
Me too.
I think it's going to be a real good time, man. We're going to turn up, do some things. Yeah, you know how we get down.
Yeah. A lot of graduations. Congratulations to all the students and parents who got kids graduating. And hey, y'all stop fighting at these kids' graduations.
That is a fucking shame. That is a shame.
Y'all chill out.
That we got adults going to these graduations and fighting. That is a joke to me.
Yeah. I don't know if it's adults or other kids or young adults. I don't know who it is, but whoever it is, save y'all beef after graduation.
Right.
Like,
You're going to fight at graduation.
You done waited all year. One more event ain't going to hurt you.
Right. And my thing is this. Why fight at graduation when you know there's security and everybody that's going to break it up? Go meet somewhere where ain't nobody there so y'all can really get it in and you ain't got to worry about nobody breaking it up, man. Y'all do what y'all do.
Yeah. I mean, I understand when you say it's on site, but some things should be exempt, like graduations and funerals and shit like that. You shouldn't. On site shouldn't really be on site.
Nah, that's fact.
On site, except for these places.
That's fact. That's facts, man. Like, but I'm gonna catch you at church, nigga.
Right.
Well, let me catch you at church, nigga.
Yeah.
All right. So, we have a good topic tonight.
Yes.
Can a woman raise a man? Can a man raise a woman? That is, we're gonna get into all of it tonight, but I think the one thing is I just want everybody to respect everybody's opinion. Because some people might be living it, some people might not be living it, you know. So let's just respect everybody's opinion and we're gonna get into it. And if you notice in the comment section, I did leave the if you want to join the live and pop your shit, you know what I'm saying, or just leave comments in there, you do have that option, but feel free to click on that link and join the live a little bit later, man. When we start bringing on guests, I think it'd be fun. It'd be our first time doing it like that, and I think it's gonna be pretty fun.
Yeah. But
we did have somebody pull up physically.
Yes.
And so we're gonna go ahead and bring him to the stage now. And special guest, introduce yourself and tell us who you are and all that good stuff.
Hey, what's up? I'm Corday. I go by Sensei. You know, tell you about me. It's hard to tell you about me. You just got to see the, success and whatnot. But I'm just a man of different talents. I do a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Do whatever you need me to do.
Word. So you super cool.
Yeah,
I hear crazy bartender. I'm just gonna say that.
Yeah, man. So tell
I might
us,
be biased, but
tell us about some of the things you got on. I know you bartend, you got floats, tell us about all that, man.
So like I said, man, whatever you need, but my specialty is making drinks. I do like making a mean potion, just to be able to supply a party with what they need to have fun. It just kind of come natural to me. But yeah, if you need a bounce house, I got you a bounce house. You need a bartender, I got you a bartender. If you need a DJ, we got DJs for you. So
that's what's up.
copying me?
Man, we way too in sync. You know what I'm saying? He also acted in our movie
Yes.
that has over 130,000 views
Yes,
on
sir.
YouTube
Yes,
right
sir.
now.
Down bad. The
Yeah.
movie.
Yeah, the movie ain't down bad, obviously, with that many views. I can't say it enough, but great job, wife.
Oh, thank you.
You wrote that.
I did.
You
You acted in it. You pushed me.
Yeah, I pushed
Sometimes
you.
kicking and screaming, but
Yeah, but you really did your thing, and I'm super proud of you, and I love what you did there. So
thank you.
People want to be calling during the show and shit, nigga, leave us alone. All right, so with that being said and done, let's get into a topic. Get into the topic. Can a man raise a woman, or a woman raise a man? And wife, as always, you get the first crack at it. Of your first thought, and let me know what you think.
Yeah, I mean, I think yes, to both. A man can raise a woman, and a woman can raise a man. But I think in each scenario, there's going to be some gaps. Like there are certain things that a woman can't teach her son.
Yeah.
And there's going to be some things that a man can't teach his daughter.
Oh,
that's just the way it is. You're not a woman, never be a woman. You ain't going to, hopefully, you can't even say you ain't going to ever be a woman these days because
Come on.
shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ain't no
But
telling.
You can be what you want to be.
You can be what you want to be, but there are certain things. If you're not born with female anatomy, there are certain things that you'll never experience as a man. So I think, yes, you're gonna do the best you can, but there's gonna be some gaps.
No, that's real. I can dig that. I think that I'm spot on with you. I think it's possible, but there could definitely be some gaps that a man would need to fill in, and that a woman would need to fill in, just from experience, right? Because if you don't got the experience of dealing with some of the things that a woman does, or dealing with the things that a man does, it's like, how do you show them and how do you teach them, right? And we'll talk about all the ways that they can probably get it from somewhere else, or things of that nature. But I look at it like I'm a hockey player trying to teach a football player how to play football.
Yeah,
it don't work that way. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said and done, let's take it to our guest. What you feel, man?
I mean, can it be done? Yeah, we see it done every day. From both parties, a man raising a woman and a woman raising a man. And like y'all said, as far as the gaps in between it, it's always gonna be gaps. Even a woman raising a woman is gonna be gaps. Even a man raising a man is gonna be gaps. So to me, it ain't necessarily can they do it, it's how are they doing it? And what's the ultimate turnout of it? So.
I like that point you made. That there's gonna be gaps. Whether you raising a same sex child or opposite, there's gonna be gaps, because you're gonna miss something. It's just no perfect parent. Now that's a valid point.
Very valid. That was all right, Corday. You coming in? All right. So I'm excited about this.
Okay.
We're about to bring our very first virtual person on. We have not done that before.
Okay.
And because we want to give the opportunity for everybody to voice their opinion. And if you can't pull up or whatnot, and you're in a different state, because we're about growth. And we trying to grow this thing nationwide like Motorola. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said and done, I'm going to add Mr. Henry Cunningham to the stage. Welcome to the stage, sir. How you doing?
What up, though? What's up, brother?
Pretty good. Hey,
my bad on the delay. I was supposed to have been there like 2 weeks ago.
What was that?
He said it was supposed to be.
I said, my bad on the delay. I was supposed to have been here like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, about 2 weeks ago. But hey, we ain't gonna hold you. You're here now, right?
Man, yeah.
All right. So with that being said and done, talk to us, Henry, man. You know the topic. Can a man raise a woman? Can a woman raise a man? What you feel?
Man, I think a woman can raise a man. I just think the times that we're living in now are different. It was common back whenever we were young, you know what I'm saying? It was rare to go to any of my friends' house who had a daddy there. You know what I'm saying? Like, we held each other accountable for a lot of stuff that we done or didn't do. We didn't make excuses about it. I mean, at this point in my life, I think I done had an all right life. Without having my daddy there, majority of my friends that done had all right lives. And we talk about it now. What if the daddy would have been there and our life would have went a different way?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I got I got one of my first cousins calling me from jail every day, doing 25 years on a murder. And my auntie and uncle were the best parents in the world for them.
Mm.
Um, Keith just turned 41. His oldest brother is 44. And neither one of them have nothing going on with their life. And they had their mom and daddy there every
Wow.
day, every day. But again, they didn't turn out to be nothing. You know what I'm saying? And I don't mean that with malice. I mean, I say that from love. But I don't have nothing to give somebody that had an advantage over me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So again, it goes both ways. I just think in today's time, it's either the parents are all in or we all the way out of it, if that
Man,
makes
that,
sense.
that's solid because I mean, even if let's say you do have a two parent household, excuse me, um, that doesn't mean you have a two parent household. That just means there's two parents present. But does that mean that there's two active parents and things of that nature?
Yeah. I mean, even if two parents are active, that doesn't mean that they're healthy either. You know, our parents go through shit, go through depression and anger and shit. And unfortunately, your kids sometimes bear the brunt of it. Like you may be providing the necessities, but not everyone has the emotional availability to provide to their kids. And whether you raising a son or a daughter, contrary to belief, sons do need that emotional support too. So no, I feel that. I feel that.
Yeah. I'm
I
just
mean,
going
I think
perspective.
something that's difficult that ain't talked about in the black community,
Mm,
especially like I'm just gonna use my situation for example. I have a son. Me and his mom ain't together. My son will be 7 in August. It's getting easier now, but it was difficult for me at first trying to be a father without having a father.
mm. That's deep right there.
Yeah.
Because it's like what you've learned, right? Like what you've learned. If you didn't have a father, like you just going off of what you think or know. So that's deep.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna be honest. I'm finna turn it up a little bit already because I'm just with the shit today. Had a long day at work. All right. So anytime you see things like, let's say there's a dude in public and he's acting, you know,
He acting what?
not so manly, right? The first thing that is said is what?
He ain't got no daddy.
He ain't got
Ain't
no
got no
dad.
daddy.
He ain't got no daddy.
You hear that so often. Give me a Corday, give me your thoughts on that.
Well, like he was saying, just back then is different from now. I think now, as far as the whole community with them, I think it's more of a popularity aspect. It's kind of trendy, and this newer generation is very big on following trends, regardless if they necessarily believe in it or not. So even if you have a father in your life that was strict military man, it don't matter. At home, you can be taught something, but when you go out in the real world, regardless of what you're taught at home, that's where the true influence comes from, in my opinion. It's not when you're at home, because I know at home I can't do this, but when I go out, that's what all my friends doing, or that's what everybody else doing. So at home, I may not do this, but out and about, it is what it is. So if they're gonna be, flamboyant and do their thing, let them be flamboyant and do their thing. But it is trendy though, so I feel like it's just a following aspect.
So do you think that it is a trend, or do you think there is something missing in that boy's life? Because people always say it, and it's coming from somewhere. Oh, he doesn't have a father, or like where do you think that's coming from? And what you think?
I just think people use it as like they more so try to use it toward black people. You know what I'm saying? To just because we're the status quo and it's easier to say that. You know what I'm saying?
Looking for a scapegoat.
Yeah, they're looking for a scapegoat. Yeah.
What you think, back?
we also have our community has a stereotype that the dad ain't in the home anyways. But I don't personally, I don't think that being raised by a mom means you gonna be gay. I do think that you probably have more feminine
Yeah, and
like
yeah.
mannerisms.
Yeah.
Like you can be a straight man
Yeah, for sure.
and raised by your mom, but have feminine mannerisms.
Yeah.
But on the other hand, if you are gay, I do think it's easier to come out. Well, back then, it's probably easier to come out to your mom than it is to come out to your dad. And so there's probably a lot less closeted homosexuals because
Single parent mother household.
yeah. And now to Corday's earlier point about it being more like popular is no longer like a, I'm sure dads still don't want their sons to be gay, but it's more acceptable now. But back then, shit. Yeah, no.
You in the closet till you're 50.
Right.
Yeah, because you didn't hear about.
and we don't.
If
We
you
ain't doing this
think back to high
we
school.
doing this for, you know what I'm saying? What they say on Boondock.
Henry been trying to make a comment, and you just being stupid.
Who was trying to make a comment?
Henry.
Oh, my bad. What up, Henry?
If you think back to high school, middle school, man, it might have been one or two people that you knew was gay for sure.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's just like it's accepted, and it's like the mamas that see their kid going down that path, instead of trying to redirect them, they just pat them on the back like it's all right. And which again, people can do what they want to. That ain't my business. But I still think it's some sense of redirection that should be held. I think that kids should be able to hold out whatever they want to be until they're 18. You know what I'm saying? I don't think everything shouldn't be forced on kids like it is now.
Yeah, that is, and that's a whole nother topic for another
But
day.
and to go to what your wife said, like we can't say nothing to kids now like people could to us.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You knew if you got in trouble down the street, you was gonna get in trouble by whoever it was. And then you gotta go home and face your mom.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's facts. But like I said, that's gonna be another topic for another day.
Oh yeah, that's a huge topic to discuss.
Yeah, like it's like I don't, like you said, be who you want to be, right? But don't punish people because they're not that way, and don't, it's like if somebody says, "Oh man, you gay," right? You're looked at as a bad person, right? But if he be like, "Well, shut your straight ass up," you like the opposite sex.
Yeah, type.
Ain't nobody gonna say nothing to them, and so it has to be equal, is what I'm saying. Like it has to be equal. And now, like you're forcing these things upon. I think about people being okay with a man going into a bathroom with a young lady, like that. That's never gonna be okay with me. I don't give a damn what you identify as. That I'm not gonna be okay.
Oh, you mean a trans woman?
Yes. Whatever well, now
at that point they're not a man no more.
Or it's what you identify as.
Okay.
So you might not be through the process.
Yeah, you can wake up every morning and look like Marcus when you wake up and put a wig on and tell everybody that you're a woman, and they let you in the women's restroom.
And they let you in the women's restroom.
Places, so.
Right.
And you can't question it.
And I'm never gonna be okay with that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and you can't even question it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Like you're the bad person if it you know what I'm saying? So, and again, that's another topic for another day, because again, I want everybody to be happy. Be who you want to be. If you want to be transgender, be transgender. If you want to be gay, be gay. But I still think there's still certain things that, I think should be protected. Like, I'm going to say this. One of the challenges of a man raising a woman, like, you got to be careful.
Yeah.
Because it's you and that lady, and maybe your daughter might say something that, hey, my dad walked on me while I was in the tub, or he bathed me, or something like that. Where if a woman is bathing their son, that ain't a big deal. But a man is bathing their daughter at, let's say, maybe 5.
Yeah.
like it could be looked at as different.
Well, I think that just comes to a whole double standard society that we live in. It's okay
with
for
this generation.
yeah,
With this generation.
and also in our generation nowadays, everything's overly sexualized. So people aren't used to growing up in households that are genuinely loving without it looked at sexually from someone's outside point of view. So I think that they're really just nowadays, because we do live in a society that overly sexualizes everything, everything is literally overly sexualized. So
Yeah. And sometimes moms get the same, not the whole bathing thing, but like I've seen posts where a single mom might have matching outfits on with her son, and then I see the comments where people saying, she just dressing that little boy like the man that she missing, or she trying to make him feel the place of her partner.
And it's usually black people that you see. You don't see
Yeah,
people making pictures and posts like that about
I love our
folks.
community, but we one of the most hating in this community. I mean, some of it be funny, but at the same, it's like, damn, why is that where your mind go?
Yeah.
Even if you know what, if that's where your mind goes, fine. But like, why you got to say it out loud? Why do you have to go post it?
Yeah, that's fact.
But
Henry,
even being raised in a single household, I think it's all about perspective and what you want to do with yourself. Man, I came from nothing, bruh. We came from a 2-bedroom shack, bruh. And to even get a job at a Shurion at that time when I was started working there, to be around people like Marcus that was level headed, and I was coming to work seeing the average black person at the time. I think I might have been 27, 28, and I seen everybody my age holding supervisor positions, holding operation managers positions. You know what I'm saying? Like that was inspiring to me because again, I hadn't seen that. I hadn't seen that before coming from a small town. But I talk about Marcus to people all the time. I know I don't tell you that, bruh, but I do. I talk about you to a lot of my friends, bruh. Just bragging on you. You know what I'm saying?
Please don't.
Like, bruh.
Yeah.
hey, ain't gonna be no sleeping. Bang, 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 bang.
But nah, man, it inspired me though when I was that age and I seen Marcus as an OM and I seen Jeremy Harvey as an OM and all the other people that were just again a year or two older than me.
Yeah, it could be done. And you know what? I come from a 2 family household, mom and a dad. So I'm not overly experienced with this. So I'm very happy to like hear people's perspective and things of that nature. But I'll tell you this, the roles were super reversed in my family. You always think about the dad being the disciplinary and the mom being the soft loving. Not in my fucking family. My mama will beat your motherfucking ass, and my daddy was the nice one who would try to make you laugh and stuff like that. So the roles were super reversed, right? My mom was the one that was, and my dad was the one like, you good, you know what I'm saying? And so even if you having a man in your house doesn't mean that he's gonna be the tough one and you know that he's gonna make you tough. You know what I'm saying?
I think that's too kind of generational too, and like how your parents are raised, because depending on how far back we going, the mom is the child rearer. Whether it's a boy or a girl, the mom is the person that's raising the kids, and the dad is outside getting it. He at work, and that's a lot of, at least at some point in your life, your dad was away serving in the military, and your mom had to take care of the kids.
Yeah.
Michael Waddell was on the show last Thursday. And he gave a lot of like props to his dad of like if some questions I was asking him about like his work ethic and how did he keep going? Why didn't he quit football? And he kept going back to his dad. So talk to me a little bit. I'm just gonna ask the men here. When it comes to like self-discipline, do you feel like having a father in the household has an impact, or is that something that you can learn from a woman or man?
It goes both ways. Because I was outside as a kid. You know what I'm saying? And I think that built the character. If I wouldn't have been outside, I wouldn't be who I am. I learned a lot from the streets. You know what I'm saying? And me and my daddy, two totally different people. If he would have been in the house with me, I wouldn't be who I am. Nah, I wouldn't have been who I am. And I think it would have actually been worse had he been there.
Mm,
I'm gonna come back to that.
yeah.
Corday,
Corday?
what you say?
Repeat the question as far as like I'm trying to think of
When
my
it comes to
answer.
like self-discipline as a man, do you feel like a woman can teach you just as well as a man can teach you that self-discipline that you need to have as a, I mean, all people need to have it, but I would say
Yeah.
Black men especially need to have that inner discipline. Do you feel like, I mean, your mama was the primary child raiser.
For sure.
Do you feel like being raised by a woman impacted your self-discipline?
I don't think that I'm really, though I was raised by my mother for majority of my life. I did have my stepfather as well, but even subtract him from the equation, my mama had such a huge village raising me and my siblings that I can't really pinpoint one exact thing that someone taught me because I learned so much from so many people. I adapted from being around so many people all the time. So it wasn't like I was just raised by only my mother, because as much as I was living with my mom, I was with my nanny. So just as far as, I guess, holding myself accountable, I guess I learned that because the women in my family, some of them had a hard time holding themselves accountable. So I learned about accountability from the lack of that, if that makes sense.
Okay. Nope, that makes perfect sense. I always say the things that you see growing up as a kid, you're either gonna mirror that or you're gonna try to do the exact opposite. That make complete sense to me. What about you, baby?
I would say, because as you kind of stated, you know, with my father being away at the war, he was gone lots of times. You know what I'm saying? He fought in the war and he was deployed and he was gone for years at a time sometimes. And my mama had to hold it down, right? And although my dad was always in my life, he was still overseas.
Yeah.
And so the day-to-day operations was handled by my mama.
Still the absence of a father at times.
Yeah. So therefore, you know, when it came to like my sports and stuff like that, where you typically see the dad doing that, is my mom.
Yeah.
It was my mom up and down the road all the time, going to watch my brother play football, coming to watch me play ball. It was my mom. You know what I'm saying? Now, when my dad was here, he was active, but you know, the military is that kind of life. You in and out, and you know, I didn't want to go to Saudi Arabia with him and get shot at.
Come on,
You know what I'm saying? So I was cool with staying my black ass at Fort Campbell, and you know, so I think that yeah, it definitely can be done, but again, there are some things that my daddy talked about, and I'm with the shit, so I'm about to go straight into it. Sex. Let's talk about sex. When I think about a mom and her son, she's gonna say, "Son, don't be out there fucking all them bitches and wrap it up if you do.
Don't bring me no grandbaby."
Now, the dad is gonna be like, "Girl, you can have sex when you're 72, meaning don't do it. I'll fuck you up. I'll kick you in your stomach." Where it's funny because the dad would probably tell his son the total opposite. But
Go get them hoes, son.
So talk to me, D. What you feel like? Do you think a man could like sit down and have that sex conversation with a woman effectively?
It depends on the person. So yes, I mean, I think it requires someone that's going to be open-minded, because if you're a dad who thinks that your child going to wait until they're 72 years old to have sex, you're bugging, and you're probably going to push her into having sex sooner than she's ready. And that's just goes a little bit for both sexes. I think having open, honest conversations, and what women really need to hear from their dad is what to expect from a man.
Yeah.
And I think maybe there's not enough of those conversations happening. But yeah, you can't shy away from the sex talk, and you can't be unrealistic, because they're gonna have sex eventually.
Yeah.
Especially now, like Corday said, everything is hyper sexualized. You better get to your kid before the internet get to your kid.
Yeah, no, that's facts. Henry, I know you got a son, but talk to me about if your daughter came to you and said she was ready to have sex. How does that conversation go, and how does it differ from that conversation with your son?
Girl, if you don't get your mangy mustache on away from me, I don't know, man. That'll be a difficult topic. I think me personally though, I would probably have my sister or one of my close cousins or something to be able to sit down and have that conversation. Just because again, I can tell her what to watch out for as far as like men coming towards her, but I can't talk to you about them hormones. I mean, I know that them teenage years, some hell of a years. Some hell of a years, man. I mean, that'll be difficult. That'll be super difficult. Shoot.
So how does that vary from the conversation that you have with your son? Because he's gonna be of age,
In a
soon.
minute, ain't it, man? Like, I don't know. I think I'm gonna have that same conversation with my son, bro. I didn't have a kid till I was 32. So it ain't gonna be nothing crazy. Me or my brother. My brother 37, I'm 39, bro. I got one kid, so it ain't gonna be nothing crazy.
Yeah, that's fair. Corday, I know you got a son too, right? We'll start if you had a daughter. What's that conversation like with her?
Oh, I wouldn't even know how to have that conversation with her. I would just want us to both be open with each other. Of course, I would be glad that she's coming to me with this instead of going and doing it behind my back, because who knows what could happen. So hypothetically, we would just discuss, you feel me, the pros and cons. Well, I guess not necessarily the pros of it, but more so of the cons, and just try to push safe sex. And hey, you have to be responsible because every action comes with a consequence and repercussion behind it. And as free and easy as sex seems, having sex one time can ruin your life forever because you out here playing around and you're not really educated as far as people out here having sex and don't even know how to put a condom on. Yeah. So it would be difficult.
Yeah, it's kind of tricky to put that condom on.
Yeah,
sometimes.
Come on now. You remember sometimes
like you gotta roll it down. It's a lot of work putting that condom on. Nigga. I ain't gonna.
I think it was easier to put them on back in the day. They done made them a little more difficult now.
Everybody that did it, put it on, they had to roll that thing back out and put it back on the right way.
Had to bring that mug out.
Then you like, I better not use this one.
And then I guess why are y'all having conversations with your sons about how to put on one properly?
No, for sure. Once my son gets to a certain age, and like I think in my head the conversation would be harder than the actual conversation itself would be, because like I said, it's just sex is, like I said, we live in a society where everything is overly sexual. So like you said, hopefully I can have that conversation before it's too late to have that conversation.
Yeah.
So, yeah. You remember when like when you wanted to see sex stuff, how you had to find them DVDs, or you had to
VHS or put it on HBO
that you hope really would come together so you can see a little bit of it. You ain't got to do nothing now.
Nah, you just got to
X and X
get on your phone.
Just whatever you got to do, man. You in there like, man, hey, don't be laughing. You know it's true.
You know, the crazy thing is kids don't understand that this is not that old. Like, they think this been around forever. Like, and like we can vividly remember this not being a thing.
Right. No, that's facts. Like, man, I remember if you had a cell phone, you was rich.
It was booming. Man, they got them. They coming out the womb with cell phones.
Yeah, yeah.
And knowing how to use
it.
Yeah.
Marcus, you wouldn't calling nobody before 7 o'clock when them minutes wasn't free. Come on.
Oh man, don't you dare call me before 7 o'clock. But see, me and wife, I ain't gonna lie, we had a good deal on it. We had Nextels, so we used the walkie-talkies all the way up until 7 o'clock. Then call me. You know what I'm saying? Don't you dare call me before 7. And you ain't gonna talk me to death. because you got free nights and weekends. You know what I'm saying? So, anyways, babe. So of course you had me, and I'm mean as hell. But what are like some conversations that will be difficult with you to have with your son? And you've probably already had them, but what are some difficult conversations as a woman having with her son?
Yeah. Definitely the sex talk. I mean, me and Malachi are very close. We talk very openly, but there are certain topics that he like, it's embarrassing
Yeah,
to
he
talk
like, nah,
about.
I'm not. We're
Like,
not having that
like how
conversation.
deep is
Yeah.
how much do you really want to know?
Yeah.
Like, or certain if I open a door, he'll be like, I kind of already know about that. And so like that's like the sex talk is definitely one that's challenging. I think I don't know. Sometimes I want to talk to him about mental health. That's another thing that I think if I like dudes don't just sit around and be like, hey bro, how your mental health doing? Like I'm a mom. And so I think that's also one of the things that if you have a son that is raised by a mom and there's no male figure, we are like nurturing.
Yeah.
And so one of the things that I do worry about is when he's grown and he's dating, what is he going to expect from the women that he dates or the woman that he marries because of the things I've shown him that a woman does for the men in her life? Like sometimes I'm extra and
Very.
shut up. Uh, you know, that includes how I care for my son. Like he do his own laundry now, but there was a point in time where he didn't do his own laundry. And I'm glad that he knows to do that. But what if he would have never learned to do his own laundry? Then he would have been dating, had his first girlfriend, and thinking she gonna wash his clothes. Like that kind of stuff is also something to be on the lookout for. Like coddling your son too much makes him unprepared for life. And then when he's going to eventually be someone's man, he's not going to know how to be a man
Yeah.
in that relationship.
I think in our culture we deal with that a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I think what I ain't gonna even say. I think just me before I was in a better position than I'm in now. When I was like living in my truck, not really knowing where I was gonna sleep the next night, it was just easier for me to find a woman who was looking for somebody to take care of. And I ain't necessarily. We not really in a relationship. You my mama. You feel me?
Oh shit!
Like, but like, how do I explain? Even like, I need somewhere to stay. So here I am. You feel me?
Yeah.
I know you're gonna cook for me. I know you're gonna do these things.
Yeah.
So it's almost like some black men are looking for a mother figure, just like some black women are looking for a father figure in the man that they deal with.
Yeah.
And I
Got
think we deal with that a lot, but it
That's
don't get
facts.
talked about. So.
That's one of the
Big
things I find interesting. Like my dad, although my dad wasn't in the household, I was very close to my dad, but we never talked about sex. Like
I never
once
had
I
that
started
conversation.
dating and he met guys, he'd say if he liked them or not, but we didn't have a conversation about
Birds and the
a
bees.
right. The
So
most I
like I
got
think
from him was like, don't get pregnant.
That's
And
it.
guess what?
That's it.
Guess what? I got pregnant.
Yeah. Let me go to the
see
comment.
like
Yeah.
I think it was different.
From my guy, Nikki Simone. Men have to stop calling everything gay when it comes to basic life skills too. But she can.
No, I love that.
I agree with it, but here's the thing: it ain't just men. So you're
It's
saying
the women that's saying that.
women will be like, "Oh, he's feminine and he's this and he that. And
Give
he
me an
can't
example.
protect me." Oh no, man. Anytime it's like, oh no, I don't want to date that pretty motherfucker. He look better than me. He in the bathroom longer than me. And
You still ain't said that yet.
I'm not, because I know proper podcast etiquette.
Oh, now you know
Yeah,
proper etiquette.
we're trying to get canceled.
Yeah.
Okay.
Come on.
Henry, some of the things that you're teaching your son now, is that prepping him to be able to, take care of a woman in the future? And how would you prep your daughter a little bit different if you had one?
So like I don't know how old Corday is. Um, but like growing up, we were hustling, bro. We already had our own houses at 17, 18. we were already paying bills at 17, 18. We already had girls that we was taking care of, doing everything for. So they already was cleaning and cooking and washing clothes. You know what I'm saying? We already knew how to do it. So it's totally different for me than it is for the average man. Like he said, he depended on a woman. I ain't never did it. I've always had my own car. I've always been doing something. So I ain't never did it. I don't know how. I'm too impatient to wait. And that's something that I try to get through to my son. I think where I lack is my emotional support for my son. Because in my mind, I be thinking just because I know something, he should know it.
Yeah. You know how hard it is for dads, and hear me out.
Ain't nobody said nothing.
I know, but it's gonna sound fucked up.
Okay.
You know, it's easier for a dude to tell, and vice versa, his daughter or mama or something that they love them, but then say, "I love you, son." That is real talk. That is not the easiest, because men, like my friends, are starting to tell me that they love me a lot.
How they make you feel?
That shit makes me feel weird. And I got off the phone with D one
Get that
time.
soft ass shit out of here.
And
the problem.
he was like, I love you, bro. I was like, all right, I'll talk to you later. I was saying, like, because that's just, and it's not, I don't think it's a bad thing. It's just who I am now. I'm becoming, as it's going through, I'm getting better.
You really are.
Yeah. Now I'm not very, you probably just, Corday, we talk, okay? I'm probably not gonna tell you I love you when I got the phone. Henry, you my dog. I fuck with you the long way. You already know what it is. You probably not gonna get that from me, right? You just not. But that don't mean that I don't fuck with y'all. I don't care about it. But that's just not how I can. I'm not very good with verbally expressing.
Yeah. You don't verbally say that you love us, but when we around, you feel me?
Yeah.
It's in the air. You can just tell that. You feel me?
Yeah.
But now,
yeah. It's in his
but now
heart.
though, I can't talk to my brother or my best friends without us saying it before we hang up.
Got
You know what I'm saying? If we don't say it, we calling right back. Hey, bro, I love you, bro. You know what I'm saying?
I think we just getting to a point now where like we all getting older, and so it's a lot of people who ain't allowed to get older with us no more because they're not here, and you can't help but think, damn, I just talked to him a week ago. I wish I would have did this. Wish I would have did that. So I think now we just have a better understanding of every day ain't promised. So we just want to show love now.
Yeah. I think it's some history there too, where men had to be this ultimate vision of masculinity.
Mm-hmm.
And if you show emotion, then that make you soft.
Or weak.
And even though that's not true, that also has kept a lot of men, especially in the Black community, from having emotional intelligence and being able to express their emotions appropriately, which is why a lot of motherfuckers end up depressed or abusive. They never learn how to work through their emotions appropriately, which the same kind of goes for if a man is to raise a woman, can you teach your daughter how to be feminine? And the answer is probably not, because you are a man. You may be able to, like, the notion of teaching your daughter how to be a woman based on what you like to see from a woman, like that's a little touchy.
Yeah.
And so, I think there's different people have different opinions on raising the opposite sex, but I do think it seems like a popular opinion that a woman cannot raise a man to be a man. But I'm also going to put it out there that I personally don't feel like a man can raise a woman effectively, because who teaches her how to be feminine? Who teaches her, like, without help? Of course, you may have your village, but if it's just the two of y'all, who's going to teach her how to be clean down there? I
was getting there.
You don't know, because you've never had a flow. So how do you don't want to smell nothing, you don't want to see nothing, but this her first time having a cycle, and that's what you're gonna tell. Hey, I don't want to see it and I don't want to smell it.
That's it.
Put
Okay,
on a
Dad.
put on a damn diaper.
Henry, don't be bleeding on my carpet.
Right. Get your ass in the bathroom. Just stay in there till it's over.
You raising a daughter, and her period comes on for the first time. How do you now? It's just you. Now you don't get to use your village this time. It's you. How do you work through that and manage through that and get through that?
Man, chat GPT today. You know what I'm saying? We're
Oh,
gonna get
man.
through this. We're gonna get
Come
through
on,
this
man.
today.
Yeah.
Come on,
But
man.
if you rewind back to whenever we were young, man, you go back 25 years ago and the internet wasn't a thing, man, I know that was some difficult stuff to do. But I know some dudes who did it, man. I know some dudes who did it. Um, One of my mama ex-boyfriends, man, that's the dude that's been in my life since I was 5 years old. Um, and he's still in my life today. He raised his daughter, man, from the time she was about 6. He raised her whole life. You know what I'm saying? He did it without complaining about it. He didn't care about her mama not being there.
Yeah, it can definitely be done. I'm not
Yeah.
gonna lie. I've had it easy.
Hopefully they
I
have
have
siblings, so their siblings can help.
Yeah.
facts. I've had it easy. I got a wife that can play to the son side, can play to the daughter side. She can be the motherly figure to the son. She could be the womanly figure to the daughter. And so it's hard for me, but when I think about it, I'm like, damn, it takes a special person, a man, because I know that gotta be, I don't even like talking. I remember one time Deanna sent me to the store to get some stuff, and I didn't even want to touch the box.
See you now.
Like I didn't even want to touch the box. Like I had to. What I did, I took the cart and I rammed it against the thing and made it fall into the cart. And I went, that box.
And that's the only time. We've been together over 20 years, and you done bought me tampons one time.
One time.
They came back with them extra large joints.
I don't know if he think why he didn't want to touch them. Like they don't make you. You thought you was gonna touch the tampons and turn into a woman?
Nah, I thought it was gonna swell me up.
Come on.
If I was holding it and it started raining outside, it was gonna swell my ass
And
up.
you don't want a group of men seeing you buy them. You know what I'm saying?
Hey.
But they know you ain't buying them for yourself. You say no, he got a woman or a dollar or something like that. I think that's real.
No, baby, I'm in the checkout line. Henry pull up on me, even like,
Hey, Marcus, especially today, he got some tampons, y'all.
got it all on the internet.
Y'all think you put that shit on the internet. All the girls gonna be in the comments like, look at him. He take good care of his wife. That's gonna give you extra coochie points.
But if I'm buying tampons for my woman, why would I want all that extra attention like that?
Some men don't care.
You see how she trying to set me up?
We're not talking about you. We ain't talking about you. You ain't allowed. But
it's 2026. They might think he one of them.
Yeah,
exactly.
He buying them for a shelf.
You got something to plug, buddy?
He just got that coochie last month.
Now I did see this, and I think you seen the video where the dude was cooking with a tampon. So what he did is he had the meat and the grease was all in it, and he put the tampon in the food to suck up the grease out the it was just,
and that's why you don't eat at work potlucks right there.
He couldn't think of no other
nothing else.
So he just
He
made
didn't have an extra plate to put on top of the skillet or nothing.
My food would have been greasy that night.
Right.
If that's all I had.
Because it wasn't yours.
Yeah.
He tried to make
He couldn't take his shirt off, and he ain't got no old shirt around there, nothing.
Right.
Come on.
Gross fucker.
So we coming up on an hour. I want to come back to something that Henry said earlier about if his dad would have been in the household, he think it might have actually been worse. Because I think sometimes people think that like having a 2-parent household just is the cream of the crop. And unfortunately, that's not always true. So I kind of want to get y'all take on it. I'm gonna get my own take on it, but I want to get y'all take on it too. What's some of the misconceptions on 2-parent households that we want to break?
I'll start. Like you said, it ain't all hunky glory because there's things that can happen. Like let's say your you see your mom and your dad fighting all the time, right? That could leave a sour taste in your mouth. You see, infidelity, right? And that could make you hate your dad or hate your mom because you fucked up our household with this. And for one, the kids should know about that anyway, but they know this fuck, and they might overhear something or see something and things of that nature. And kids, like if I'm out and I see another mommy and daddy and they're all lovey-dovey, and then I see my mommy and daddy and all they do is argue and be ready to fuck each other up. That psychologically would tear you down just as much as if he wasn't even there.
Yep. Yep.
As a grown man now with a child, and I go through the baby mama stuff. I understand that my daddy chose peace over dealing with my mama BS. You know what I'm saying? So I agree with everything you just said, Marcus. Because again, that's logical, and that was where I was at.
Yep.
I've chilled out now, but I'm a gangster. You know what I'm saying? And I'm a gangster. Nothing to be proud of, but that's just who I was when I was a kid. It's still in me. It just ain't who I am now.
Yeah.
How old you say you was, Henry?
I'm 39.
Okay. You talk like an old man.
I am an old man. Shit.
You ain't hit them 40s yet, G. You getting
Shit,
there.
I got a couple more months. Shit.
What about you, Corday? What you say about the 2-parent household?
Just like I was saying, just having 2 parents don't automatically mean that you're gonna be all right, because you got the influence. Just because they live together don't mean they love each other.
Right.
Sometimes people try to stay together for the kid, then it turn into, well, I don't really like you. And then it ain't so much that, damn, I don't like you. Slick starting to hate you. You feel me? Like, it's to a point where you get on my nerves, but we live with each other. We here every day trying to raise kids, and all we do is bicker and argue with each other. So as far as our influence, we're not showing our kids that a man and woman are loving each other. We showing them that it's abusive. So they might grow up, get with a girl that maybe she ain't too good at communicating herself. And then we just arguing, because that's the normal. That's what I'm used to. So
Yeah.
And then it's just a revolving door
yep.
for the rest of their life, because that's what they seen mom and daddy do.
Yep. So one of the things that people look for in men is to be a provider. So what happens when your 2-parent household and the dad just ain't a provider? And I don't mean the gender roles have reversed. I mean, he just don't work. He ain't helping. He just there. So like that's an example of like, okay, yeah, it's two grown people here that's supposed to be taking care of the kids, but really it's just another body. That's not the kind of example that you want for your daughter or your son to emulate.
Or vice versa. I'm always, because I ain't letting no fucking woman off the hook either. Like daddy out there breaking his back, getting it, and mama at home don't want to keep the house clean, don't want to wash the clothes, don't want to do anything while daddy out there getting it, but then want to have the fucking audacity to complain about some shit when he do come home. Mad. You know what I'm saying? I ain't mad. I'm just,
okay. He passionate.
He
passionate. Yeah. That's what it is.
You know what I'm saying? And so the audacity for, that. And then so now you might make that your little boy grow up thinking that, man, I don't want no fucking female. This is the fucking way it's gonna be.
Or your daughter could grow up and have the same. I don't even want to say but just a negative attitude.
Yeah.
I mean, both of them could grow up and have a negative attitude. So I feel that too, for sure.
Absolutely. Man, I feel like this is a really good conversation, and it could go on forever. But with that being said and done, our hour's coming up. I want to thank you, Henry. Let me bring you solo dolo onto the. Ooh, I love these tools, that nigga guy. Henry, give me your final say. Let us know who you are, where we can find you, if you still make 5 sticks, all that shit, man. What you got for us, man?
Man, I'm still here in the city in Nashville, man. I'm the cable guy. I do Fire Sticks. Marcus put me on the Fire Sticks about 9, 10, 11 years ago, something like that. And I took it and ran with it. Dang, now I just went blank. Um,
You need fire sticks. Get at him, man.
if you need cable,
He got
I'm
him
the
on
cable
deck,
guy.
man.
I'm the cable guy, man. If y'all need a Fire Stick, you need some cable. Get rid of Comcast and all the rest of that stuff, man. Tap in with me.
Yeah. I damn sure appreciate you. We're looking forward to having you in person. But this virtual, thank you for being our I don't want to say virtual dummy.
What part of the city did we move to?
Our virtual guinea pig. You know what I'm saying?
Where did you move to? What part of the city you in now?
What part of the city? What is this? Considered North Nashville?
Yeah, if you ask the news.
It was another shooting in North Nashville.
Come on, no.
But I think I'm in North Nashville. So yeah, man, just hey, holla at me. It is what it is, man. We're damn sure appreciate you taking the time and dropping your gems tonight and all that other good shit. So we definitely appreciate you, my guy.
I appreciate y'all having me, brother.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Corday, the spotlight is yours, man. It's just your face on the screen. What you got for us to close out, G?
Man, just what I got to close out. First off, follow me on all social media platforms, DayTheSensei_. Like I said, if you need a bartender, I do your wedding, your bar mitzvah. If you have an agenda reveal, I bartend your gender reveal. Anything you need, like I said, just get at me. To close out, just love yours, man, while they here. Yeah. It don't matter if you got a man raising you or a woman raising you. If you raising a man, you raising a woman, just do your best to influence them in the most positive way. You feel me? And make sure they got a good village around them.
Yeah. Corday said one thing. That man said, I bartend your gender reveal. That's why you're having a damn gender reveal now. Y'all done got drunk and done been in there tearing each other out the frame. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, Marcus, let me get one more thing right quick.
All right, here you come. Bam! Ooh!
Oh my God.
Hey, and in a couple more weeks, man, I'm gonna put out my scholarship fund. Doing scholarships, I'm only doing 2 of them, $1,000 a piece. I'll put that up. Marcus will share it for me, I'm sure. But yeah, I'm just doing a little scholarship I've been doing for the last 7 years for the graduating class.
That's dope.
Yeah. No. Yeah.
Don't clap for that. Oh my God.
Oh. And one more thing, girl. You know I'm at Southwest now. Southwest is gonna match whatever scholarship I put up.
Hey, I need some buddy passes too, man.
Man, June 1st, they roll in June 1st.
Yes, sir. I
Delete this part because people might have heard that.
Yeah, you better keep that speaking. I think that's something me and wife would like to, maybe help out with the scholarship too. I think we are definitely always trying to, help a person out or two. So, yeah. But appreciate that, Henry. Man, heck yeah. And now to the 2 prettiest people on the podcast. Wow.
Stupid. You need these tools. I just can't.
Yeah. Now, my final thoughts is, I think what everybody else said. I think the one thing that we didn't touch on as much, but we talked about it, is having a village.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's the key, because I know I can't. I'm just not built to be emotionally available for a daughter if I was raising her by myself.
Or a son.
Or
sons
son.
need you emotionally too.
And I'm just not built that way. And where people will always just automatically say, "Oh, you gotta get your emotions in check." Well, fuck you. I got a wife for that. Like I ain't that.
And that's why you need a village.
You know what I'm saying? I can't just change who I am. But that doesn't mean I don't care. Everybody shows their love and affection in a different way, right? I care. Like, I care about my sons. I care about my daughter. like crazy. Like, don't trust me. Don't find out if how much I care about them, right? But I'm not the nurturing, like lovey. I show my love in a tough way. You know what I'm saying? And that's who I am. And here's the thing, I try to be a little softer, but I'm not, and it's not gonna work. So I'm gonna show it in a different way. And you can't just force me to change and be somebody that I ain't. You know what I'm saying? And because it might come out weird. Like he was like, "Hey, I love you, Dad. I love you too, little nigga." Like that's probably what you're gonna get
But that's
from me.
okay too.
You know what I'm saying? But but I'm always being in their corner, and that's what it is. But I know for a fact it would take a village for me, because if I just raise kids by myself, boy, they all be some violent fighting motherfuckers, man. So that's why I got my beautiful wife, and so I pass it to her for the final thoughts for the night.
Yeah, I think y'all echoed a lot of what I would say. We are just trying our best as parents, whether you are raising your kids solo or if you're raising them with someone. We are all doing our best. And unfortunately, there's not a human on this earth that is perfect. And your imperfections are going to show up in your parenting. Your kids are going to see, I think you mentioned infidelity or shit, if I'm lazy as hell, whatever your shortcomings are, they're going to, your kids are going to see them. Not those shortcomings.
I'm about to say,
not those shortcomings.
Your kids don't need to know when you're coming real fast. That's between us.
See, right? The way they gonna know about that is when the mama is irritable all the time because she couldn't beat you to the race. Yeah. So like at the end of the day, we all doing our best, and unfortunately, we're going to have failures as parents. No matter what gender child you raising or how many people live in your household, you're not going to get everything. And you just pray that your kids take the best of you and leave the worst of you. And sometimes they are. And sometimes they're going to pick up on that worst shit. And then you better have bail money or some shit on deck. But I love the comments about the village.
Yeah.
I love the comments about the village because it is so important. I think you do become more well-rounded the more people that influence your life. Corday, you're a great example of that. I think I've never seen you be unable to hold a conversation with anybody, no matter their age, their race, their sexuality. You will talk to anybody. I think I have a little tomboyish side. If I would have just had my mom, I don't know, maybe I wouldn't have found a love for sports or a love for video games, but my dad and my stepdad definitely exposed me to those things.
Thank you to them, because now we can hang out with each other.
Yes, yeah, I fucks with you. But yeah, I can talk all night, so I'm just gonna stop there.
Well, let me bring these two gentlemen back onto the stage, because here's the thing, man. I'm gonna tell you, they did their thing tonight, man. So you know what I'm saying? Appreciate both of y'all, man. Y'all came on here and talked like y'all got some sense. I thought this was gonna be an ignorant show. This wasn't very ignorant. these young men talk like they had some sense.
Yeah, I see how you think about y'all though, right? Time it's gonna be ignorant.
Because I love it.
Tom Jones on the beat. Welcome to the greatest podcast. Go argue with your mama. Hello. It's 2Mooresinapod starring Marcus and Deanna. You might just hear some drama. We all a little off kilter. Right. But what you ain't gonna find around this bitch here is a filter. So put the kids to bed before you get comfy and cozy. This is rated MA, mature audiences only. We keep it real, especially in a room full of phonies. From the mill to a mill, get in tune with my homies. The more I got some peoples from the bill y'all should listen to. The more they provide that real that'll get you through. I got some peoples from the bill y'all should listen to. And I'm so raw, just let a dick get an interview. I got some peoples from the bill y'all should listen to. They provide that real that'll get you through. I got some peoples from the bill y'all should listen to.
And I'm so raw, just let a nigga get an attitude. Hey. Shout out to my nigga Mouse. Shout out to my nigga Henry. Shout out to my nigga Corday. We gonna be back Thursday. We coming back Thursday for our business show. man, support the business show because, man, we trying to expose all these businesses and give them the exposure that they need so they can grow their wealth and then they can share their wealth and everybody can get rich, live long and prosper in this bitch. We out.